Good morning, everyone. Before I begin, let me start by saying how deeply grateful I am to be here today in a room full of people who have known love, care, and loss in the face of CJD. My name is Diana Oliveira. I'm a clinical psychologist by profession, but today I'm speaking mostly as a daughter, someone who has walked a very similar path, someone who has also known uncertainty, tenderness, and pain in this journey. So hopefully, I will not only share my personal experience with you today, but I will also try to bring some insights from psychology, and hopefully it can bring some perspective and comfort because we are all in this together, truly. So before I begin or we go any further, I want to take a moment to tell you about my father. My father's name was Victor. He was strong-willed, fiercely independent, and had a sharp sense of humor. To me, he represented an image of strength, persistence, and resilience. He met life, or he faced life head-on, met every challenge with grit, and he never let hardship define him. He had many interests and talents. He was a handyman, but above all, he was a family man. He was there for us in so many ways. He helped us and supported us at so many levels, and we were happy. I thought that we still had time, that we were going to have many years together, but he was stolen from us. Our lives changed drastically in March 2021. My father was 64 years old at the time, and he started to show subtle symptoms. These symptoms progressed and got more severe as time went by. We've consulted many doctors, made a series of tests, but no one could find what was going on. But the reality was that my father was declining to the point that he needed hospitalization in May 2021. So the uncertainty, fear, and anxiety were awful for our family. We felt sadness, frustration, helplessness. The diagnostic process was particularly cruel, long, drawn out, often inconclusive. This waiting was particularly difficult for me. It was very distressing too. It was like a constant cycle of hope being raised only to be dashed again, because every test that came back negative resulted in temporary relief, but only to give space to more confusion and worry. Then we heard about the possibility of being CJD, a fatal disease. We didn't know what CJD was, so I started Googling, searching for information online, mainly in English, and what I found was devastating. As a family member, when you see your loved one suffering without being able to help them, you feel awful. Everything that you felt until now gets stronger, and then you've got more emotions that emerge. You feel shock, anger, confusion, guilt, exhaustion. Sometimes we go into denial, we feel numb, or even betrayed by what's happening. So the diagnosis of a prion disease comes with a spectrum of many, many emotions. All of them are valid because this is truly a very traumatic experience. And one thing that we need to remember too is that emotions shift from day to day and from person to person as well. And this means that two people living the same experience can think completely different things, feel completely different emotions as well, and react in completely different ways. So there's no right or wrong way to feel. Each person's response to loss and trauma is their own. So from the moment of the diagnosis, we start a grieving process. And we are very used to think of grief as something that comes after a loss, after someone we love has died. But for many families facing a prior disease diagnosis, grieving comes much earlier. Okay, it starts quietly, slowly in the changes that we might or might not observe in our family members. So this is anticipatory grief, a mourning process that begins while our loved one is still with us. And this process comes with a complex mix of emotions as well. So we may feel sadness, love, guilt, fear, exhaustion. And at some time, we are trying to still care, to still hold on, and to still hope. And even though this might feel lonely or confusing, this kind of grief is a natural part of loving someone through illness. So it involves a prolonged suffering and often an intense anxiety for the families because we are facing a deep internal conflict. On one hand, we are trying to remain functional and trying to maintain a connection with our loved one who's still alive. But on the other hand, we are faced with the awareness of death approaching and the painful need to let go of someone we still love. So what can we do to take better care of ourselves during this stage? So the first thing is acknowledging what's happening. No, you're not going crazy. What you feel is completely normal. You're grieving before loss. So naming it basically helps. Allow your emotions, all of them, allow them to be. Let them come as waves and go as waves. Stay connected. Talk to somebody who can simply listen to you. And at the same time, maintain your connection with your loved one as well. Small moments, hold hands, light a candle, look at album photos together, just sit quietly next to the person. These moments all count. Share your feelings. You cannot face this alone. It's important to talk, to cry, to write even. Find moments of calm and take care of yourself. Eat, rest, take deep breaths, make small times for you. Because while you're caring for yourself, you will be able to better care for your loved one as well. Allow moments of peace and joy. It's okay to laugh. It's okay to smile. Okay? You're not forgetting about your loved one. You're still living. Create meaning, memories, small rituals. Look at photo albums or create a photo album. Create a memory box. Listen music together. This maintains love in a daily basis. Focus on what you can control. You cannot control the disorder, nor can stop that, but you can control how to react. You can control how to reach out, how to take care, and how to rest, and this will bring you strength and reduce helplessness. And seek for support and help because you deserve help too. You really deserve it. So before my father passed, I was already preparing myself for his passing, even though I wasn't doing it consciously. So I felt an inner need to keep him close to me. It was like I needed a transitional object to hold on when he passed. So I had a necklace made. It has the shape of Angola, where he was born, and the name, I don't know if you can see the name there, but it's a name, Cachito. It's the name that he used to call me, inspired by one of his favorite songs, the Nat King Cole song, Cachito. I have also started to make a list of his favorite songs, and it was a way to honoring him and keep his memory live through music. And these small gestures help me walk the path between holding on and letting go, between love and loss. But it's important to notice that there's no perfect way to cope, only your way. Because you're finding a new way to love. So you need to be patient with yourself because you're already doing something that's incredibly brave, loving through uncertainty. So we all know that death is an inevitable thing, but it might be one of the most demanding and painful experiences of human life. You're not only losing someone you love, you're losing the sense of connection and the emotional safety that comes with that relationship as well. And from here on, we start a new phase or a new stage, learning how to live with the loss, adapting to a world that feels different, and finding new ways to carry the love that remains. So I also wanted to share a few facts about grief with you. On one hand, there is no single or predictable course of grief. The duration of grief varies. It is an ongoing process. The bereaved may often have the need to talk, so it's very useful to ask with sensitivity if the person is okay or if there's something that we can do for the person. Negative emotions should be expressed, not repressed. The presence, intensity, or duration of emotions does not reflect the depth or the love that you have for the person who has died. Expressing emotion is not a sign of weakness. Thinking, remembering, and searching for meaning are natural parts of grief. Thinking less does not mean forgetting. The bond with a loved one is never erased. It is possible to continue a relationship with a person who has died in a more different and internal way. And grief unfolds in time, but not with time. And this means that we need to be proactive in our grieving process. Okay, so what can we do after a loss? Small steps to heal, connect, and move forward at your own pace. Once again, allow your emotions. We know that accepting emotions and not avoiding them prevents prolonged suffering, prevents prolonged grief and complicated grief. Stay connected with others. We know that social support is one of the strongest protective factors against depression and also prolonged grief. Maintain meaningful bonds. Talk to your loved one in your thoughts and prayers. Celebrate special dates. It helps to keep connection through our memory. Express what's inside. Write, create art about your feelings. Talk about your memories with your loved ones. It helps the brain process loss. Take care of your body and routine. Eat, rest, move. This will bring some sense of stability. Allow joy and hope to return. Laugh, enjoy music and nature. You're not forgetting about your loved one, but you're allowing yourself to move forward with the memory of love. And seek help when needed. Seek for help from families, friends, and also from practitioners, counselors, therapists. They can help you navigate intense emotions and the practical challenges of loss. So like Dr. Parks wrote, grief is the price we pay for love. Healing takes time and kindness, especially towards yourself. You will never stop loving the person you lost, but you can learn to live fully again, carrying their memory gently beside you. Thank you so much for your time.